Hi everyone, I am here with that tutorial that you guys requested about the crackle paint. When I first started doing like the crackle effect, I would switch from Tim Holtz crackle paint to like crackle medium, and I found that I don't like either one of those. So I came across this other way to do the crackle effect. So what I'm going to do here first is I pick this Dollar Michaels frame, and I'm going to do my base coat in white because I really want this this frame here to be shabby chic, because it's actually for someone. Depending on how long this video is, I might fast forward through this. Otherwise, you might just have to watch me paint and dry this base coat. So yeah, I'm just gonna paint this here. And I know the biggest issue that I have with the Tim Holtz crackle paint is I am an impatient crafter. Like, once I get going on something, I don't like to stop and wait God knows how many hours for it to dry. So that's like my biggest issue. With this, you don't have to worry about using your heat tool on it, because the heat tool will actually help it crack more, so you can get this done a little bit faster. So I'm going to dry this real quick, bear with me. Okay, that should be good. So another thing I'm gonna say is, bear with me guys, this is the first time I'm doing like a tutorial, so like I said, just bear with me. So with my crackle job, this is something everyone has. It's Elmer's glue, and you will not believe how great of a crackle you will get with this stuff. So what I do is, right here on my incredibly messy paint palette, I have some Elmer's glue. After your base paint dries, you want to go over the top of it with some Elmer's glue, and the thinner of a coat that you put on here, the more of a crackle you're gonna get. One thing I'm gonna tell you guys is, when you're using this glue as your crackle, it's gonna take a little while for it to dry, and you don't want to use the heat tool too much on it because it will start to bubble up. So basically, if I were you, just practice with some of these Dollar Michael frames. I mean, if you guys mess it up, you're not wasting that much money, because I mean, it's $1. So what I did here is, with this glue, I just put a very thin coat on the top, and while the glue is still wet, I'm gonna go over it with my top coat, which I'm gonna do in pink. And you want to try not to rub it in very much, just kind of lay it on there. You might think it's not gonna come out very nice, but it's gonna come out awesome. So bear with me while I do this. Again, I might end up fast forwarding it to make it a little bit quicker. And this altered frame is going to be for someone, so, and I know they kind of like the shabby chic thing, so that's why I picked up this paint. And while this is drying, I'll show you what paint I'm using for the pink. Okay, so after you have your top coat down and you think you did a good enough job, you can go ahead with your heat tool. And while this is drying, This is the paint that I used for the top coat. It's called Rose Light Pink. So here we go. And like I said, guys, when you're drying this, do not put your heat tool too close, and don't spend too much time in one area with the heat tool, because it will start to bubble up the glue, and you don't want that because it'll look awful. So just kind of be careful when you're doing this. Like I said, you don't want to put too much heat because it will bubble up the glue. And it's funny, all the Crackle paints that I have tried, I find this cheap way to actually work better than any of those. And I honestly love the effect that it gives. And I have seen a lot of people get frustrated with how their Crackles come out on their projects, and like, I've never had an issue with the Crackle paints. I don't use Tim Holtz Crackle paints anymore. I have a ton of different kinds of his, and it just, like I said, it doesn't work out very well for me because I'm a very impatient crafter. So like I said, and even after you take the heat tool to this, you guys, don't touch anything until it's completely dry. So let me show you how the Crackles come out. And to be totally honest, I love the way the Crackles come out with the glue better than any other Crackle paint I've tried, and I've tried a lot, you guys. Like in my paint box right here, I have like 10 different Tim Holtz Crackle paints, and none of them come out the way that I want it to. So that is my quick tutorial for you guys. I'll end up being back with this finished project here. But like I said, it's super easy, it's cheap, and if you have kids, you're gonna have this stuff in your house already. So I have tried other white glues like this, and it does work. So experiment with different glues. I always tend to use Elmer's only because it's cheap and it's everywhere. So, and I have like 30 bottles of it just laying around the house. Like, this is how much I do Crackle paint. Like, this bottle's empty almost, and this bottle is almost completely empty. So I use it a lot, and it works out for all my projects. So hopefully you guys like this tutorial, and sorry it's so short, but it's like a quick tutorial. Like, yeah, it's done, you guys. So yeah, hopefully I did a good enough job at this tutorial. And honestly, since I've gotten this camera, you guys, if there's anything that I have done in the past that you guys want tutorials on, please let me know, because I'll be happy to do them. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and you gotta let me know how your Crackle turns out. So if you do one, you gotta put the link down, do like a video response so I can see it. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye.